Um, I just was thinking of the recent election decisions that occurred last night in the race between Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock. And apparently, the at least 51% of Georgia's voting population, is satisfied with their choice in Warnock. Uh, Now, really, it's understandable why people say, "Well, do you live in Georgia?" When you speak on Georgia politics, no, I do not live in Georgia, but understanding, Warnock's position is, I do believe, of a federal level. So whatever modicum of influence he may have does somewhat depend on his position as a federal politician. But what I always wondered, and I mean, like, and before anybody continue, I must admit that as far as the upper echelons of government, I guess you would say the federal level, I no longer have a real strong vote of confidence for that level of government, considering the benign neglect amongst the black folks, the African American, the black, the colored, Negro folks of America, in all areas of activity. So I have no particular confidence in the federal government. The biggest uh, benefit that was supposed to be granted to us in regards to social, I guess it pretty much was social, the Civil Rights Act. That was the biggest piece of legislation, and really, it can be argued that in some ways that it wasn't necessarily what we asked for, nor has it benefited us in the way that we intended it for us to benefit. With that being said, it was like, well, what had Warnock done for the past couple of years, and what was Warnock promising for the present future years? Now, understand that when this race shouldn't have been as close as it was actually quite amusing to me. I admit that in my guilty pleasure that if I wanted to kind of see Herschel win, because it would have been chaos. Because, like I said, I don't have a strong vote of confidence, in regards to the specific African American, not the Pacific Black American, the seeds of the people that were most known as slaves, aka the nigger people of this country. Um, I don't really have a strong vote of confidence, considering that we always have to take last place and we get the trickle downs of those so-called benefits that are given in the name of civil rights or race and religion, things like that. So it's like, well, they spend all the DNC or whomever corporate contributors, because your federal government is corporate controlled. It's controlled by banking. It's controlled by media. Well, it's influenced by media. The media is the mouthpiece of your upper echelons of political power. So y'all got Warnock. I mean, it's all in my mind. It's like, well, I say, you, locally, it's very, all politics is local, as they say. Locally is pretty much where you can where you see that your politician is in a nearby zip code, or in a driving distance, an easily driven distance, where we could have a conversation. You might bump into that politician in public, your local politician. Yes, your vote is very influential there. That's it's prime directive. But the way it just seems as if every time it's either, whether it be these religious guys, we're speaking about the black influencers of the DNC, whether it be the church, or whether it be the so-called social organizations by way of Masons or sororities and fraternities. They tend to assume that they are the spoken word of all the least of these people, the talented tenth, the bourgeoisie, the boule, the Negro boule, as they say. I want to see what constructive results to the benefit of those who are of the least of those of the particular populace that Warnock represents. See what constructive benefit they will receive by him being elected. I asked what constructive benefit they had received during this prior time, But I would be considered. They can't call me a Trumper. I don't, man. I have the same level of respect I have for the Democratic Party. It's the same level of respect I have for the Republican Party. Y'all talk about our ancestors died for this. Our ancestors died because they wanted to vote. They wanted to get a certain crack out of the office for mayor. So they knew if they voted for this certain motherfucker, they voted for to get the motherfucker out, they was prone to some consequences and repercussions. Don't y'all dare disrespect the ancestors on that bullshit. This motherfucker said a vote is like a prayer. And y'all got y'all winner. Raphael Warnock. Herschel, do y'all ever wonder why it was so difficult for them to get him in? The first time they had to trick you with a stimulus check. Peace and love, nigga nation or nothing, man. I'm out.